everybody. Today I'm just going to give you a quick walkthrough of a part of our classic tender range that not everybody knows about, and that's our folding transom tender range. So we're going to show you some in-depth details and to show you why this is gaining popularity, because in small tender garages with height limits and folding, keep your engine on the boat, slide the whole tender package inside that garage. So come with me and we'll show you our folding transom classic tender option. So we're going to start really with the most popular size in our classic range, the classic 340. So to all intents and purposes, this looks exactly the same as a standard classic 340. Beautiful color scheme, EVA is standard, really nice bow locker for the fuel tank. But you'll notice one key difference, and that is that the transom area, particularly the motor bracket, actually has two heavy-duty catches on there. So your outboard engine up to 20 horsepower can fold inside the boat. So let's have a look in a bit more detail at the rest of the boat before we start. So this one here has been fitted with a bow step, and that bow step is an option on all of our classic tender ranges. Gives you and your user somewhere to tie an anchor off if they're going to use this more of as a day boat, as an exploring vessel, somewhere where they're actually going to go into a bay and maybe do some fishing or free diving. That bow step is a really nice feature. It also makes boarding the mothership a really nice, simple process as well. And of course, this EVA is really, really good non-skid platform. So for stepping on, for stepping off, it's not a bad location. As with all of our classic tender ranges, I mean, this boat is finished in superb military fabric impression, orca fabric, real top end finish. Lovely bow locker, as with all of our classic ranges, with a fuel tank strap in there, so you can fit your fuel tank in there. And you will notice, and again, when we talk about Highfield and Highfield's attention to detail, you will notice here the hole is there for the fuel line, so you can run your fuel line completely under the deck of this classic tender back to your engine, so your deck remains, remember, completely free of any of that line. And we make it easy for you to do that yourself, or for your rigging center to do that, because we leave a dedicated mousing cable in there. So that mouser cable is already pre-threaded under the deck to the fuel line exit point, as you can see there. So it's really easy for you to attach your new fuel line to that mouse cable and just pull straight through. We try and save you as much time and as much effort as possible. You'll see here two seat locations, seat location 1, seat location 2. And now the actual folding section of the transom. If we look in more detail, heavy duty pressure clips. So we undo the clip, and then this section folds inside the boat. Again, you'll notice the height. So the height has been calculated there, so the boat will still sit in the water and it will not flood. We have really heavy duty rubber gasket seals here. So you can see that motor bracket drops inside the boat, but it doesn't lay flat, because you don't want your motor tipping up in the wrong direction. So you will see here, and actually we have a stop bracket. So that stop bracket will hit the deck, which means that your engine stays in quite a nice position and stops any oil leaking out of the top of the engine or out of the engine cowling. So the folding transom is a really, really popular option with a lot of our yachts guys, where they have limited space in their tender garage, mid-size motor cruisers, tiller steering, really, really simple. And we'll show you one with the engine on, folded into the boat, so you get a better idea of what it looks like. So here we have a smaller version of the boat that I've just been showing you. This is actually the 2.9 meter classic, again in superb orca military Hypalon fabric, EVA flooring, same bow locker, same fuel tank capacity, You'll see here, even with the Yamaha, 20 horsepower Yamaha, that folding transom brings the engine to a really nice level. And you can imagine that boat going into your tender locker a lot more easily than if you had to take that engine off and mount it somewhere else on your vessel. You can see the low profile nature of the way that boat works. And you can also see the angle of the engine, which I was telling you about on the other boat. So if we didn't have the stand on the base of the folding section, and then you can imagine that engine would be tilting too far down, which means any oils in the engine, any fluids could run out, could leak under the cowling onto the EVA floor. So again, Highfield prides itself on thinking about the small details that make a big difference. So there we are. That was a brief run through of our folding transom classic tender range, which is something that you should all be aware about. We've offered it now for a while. It's becoming more and more popular as more and more people understand that it's an option with Highfield. And you can imagine just how practical that folding transom is. Thank you for watching. See you next time.